Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I have a card reading for you today. So I'm going to be doing card readings on Wednesdays, starting with today. And I thought this was really fitting, this group of cards here that I've already pulled. So I'm going to be playing around with how I do the readings on my channel. I may pull cards on the camera, I may pull cards ahead of time. It just kind of depends on kind of the vibe I'm getting from spirit as far as where to go and also what works on this channel. So today I felt called to pull some cards and sit with a message. And I thought this was a really interesting message, especially since we're at the start of the year. So as I'm filming this, it's January 7th, I believe. So Happy New Year to you. And even though those of us in the spiritual community typically think of the new year really starting at the spring, or I guess if you're in the southern hemisphere, it would be the fall equinox, which is in March. But, you know, our calendar says it's January and it's a new year. So even though the energies may not quite feel really new yet, it's interesting that we're getting this message here about starting over. So this card here, the first card, the angel number 101. So of course, we're in a 1 year in numerology. So we just came out of a 9 year. So 2025 reduces to 9 when you add the numbers up. And that was a year of really ending a lot of things. Transformation and kind of shedding like old things that we don't need to carry with us into the future. And so now here we are in this new year, and 2026 reduces to a 1. So you're going to be seeing probably a lot of ones. If you kind of have numbers as signs for you, you'll be seeing a lot of ones and all different kinds of combinations. I know I have. Yeah. So anyway, so the starting message is starting over. So not only is this a new year, I'm feeling like you are starting over with some aspect of your life in some way. And these 3 cards here from the Woodland Wardens deck came out together. And it speaks of new opportunities with the hare and oak, productivity with the bee and pomegranate, and modest fortitude with the horse and bluebell. So right away, this is talking to me about there being some new opportunities coming up for you that are going to give you the chance to start over. And of course, the hare, rabbits, are associated with spring. And the bee reminds me of summer. So I feel like the first half of this year is going to be a time of a lot of change for you and really doing brand new things. And it's going to lead to a lot of productivity. So you're going to be feeling probably really busy. The other thing I wanted to mention here with this little group of cards is this is also the year of the horse. So in Chinese astrology, the new year for the zodiac starts in February. So February is when we begin with the year of the horse. So I love that this showed up here. And the thing with the horse energy is that it symbolizes speed, it symbolizes freedom, and it's such a fresh new energy because the year we're coming off of was the year of the snake. And that's just a very, very different energy. It was very challenging. It could have felt kind of stagnant. And this energy we're getting ready to come into, and same with the hare here, you know, they're very fast. And bees are fast. So there's just like this brand new, fresh energy that's going to be here to support whatever new thing you're doing, whatever way you're starting over. You have a lot of supportive energy around you. I feel like any of these animals could be really good spirit guides for you. And yeah, the year of the horse is just going to be so different this year. And I'm going to move on to these other cards for a minute, and we'll kind of circle back to that. So we've also got breathe. I'll show you the card a little bit closer. Breathe. And then we have this pain card. And she who aches, sadness, solitude, silent, and withdrawal. So that was really interesting to me. And also that these colors coordinate. Whenever that happens, I'm a very visual person. And it's one of the reasons why I love using oracle cards. Because the messages will kind of speak to one another when they match up in like colors or certain elements. So this pain card matches up really nicely with this productivity card and this bee card. And bees also, you know, they sting. So there may be a little bit of pain involved in letting go of whatever it is you need to let go of as you're starting over this year. So this card here, she who aches, you know, there may be a bit of sadness about something that you have to let go of. This is making me think of the winter. It looks like she's sitting in snow. So this period of the winter that we're still in, but, you know, even though the calendar, again, that's why really aligning with the seasons is more, I guess, ideal in many ways for the energies that support us, because we're still in the winter time right now. And this is a season of solitude typically. So just because the calendar says it's a new year doesn't necessarily mean that the energy is there yet. And I'm getting a message that you may be feeling a little bit frustrated or kind of stuck in a way because you had an expectation that because we're in a new year that all of a sudden you would feel different, the energy would feel different. And you may have been listening to other readings and maybe getting messages yourself that things are going to change in 2026 and the energy is going to feel very, very different. And you're kind of wondering, okay, so we're in this new year. Why do things still feel kind of slow and stagnant? And it just has more to do with this energy that we're talking about that's going to be changing. It's really going to be coming in the spring and into the summer months. So with this pain card, I feel that it's touching back on something that was said in this card here, and that is learning from failures is key. So the message here is about letting go of anything in the past. And I'm feeling like probably the last couple of years you've gone through, and for some of you longer, things not working out and things that you have tried have failed. And it's leaving you kind of in this place of sadness and solitude, maybe making you feel like you want to withdraw because things still haven't changed. I'm getting this feeling like you're being let down right now by things not changing yet. You have this expectation that things would be different by now. And I just think it's coming from this expectation of a new year feeling so different. And in our expectations, in our minds, you know, when that calendar flips over, it's kind of like our mind is ready for the newness, but the energy just isn't there to support us for that quite yet. And I really am feeling, and I've been feeling this and getting this in my own messages and in my own personal life, like the way the energies are feeling, is we are still very much in the energy of 2025 still. And we're not going to really feel this promised energy of 2026 until about the spring equinox. So if there's still things that you need to let go of, this is the time to do that. So last year was a lot of shedding the old, and that can be painful. It can be a painful process to let go of things we've done for a really long time. And, you know, this starting over, it's not just, you know, new beginnings. It's starting over with something. So I'm feeling like there's something that you were doing up until now that Spirit is asking you to completely let go of and start over with. Almost going back to square one, I'm hearing. And I love that this breathe card is here. It just feels really assuring, like just breathe through the changes, breathe through the pain that you might be experiencing. I'm also hearing something about like breathing through like labor pains. So this, rabbits remind me of fertility. And again, with the spring and pomegranates also are symbols of fertility. So that's making me think that you're going to be birthing something new. And Spirit is asking you to just kind of breathe through the birthing pains, like they tell women to do in childbirth. But yeah, you're going to be getting new opportunities, and productivity is here, but so is modest fortitude. So horses are fast, but they're not very light. So there's kind of this bit of modest fortitude. Like fortitude is a great way to explain the energy of productivity. It doesn't need to be like right out of the gates you are taking off and everything is free flowing and fast. It may be more of a heavy, and I don't mean this in like an energetically heavy way, but more of that fortitude, like something really solid moving forward. I'm feeling like Knight of Pentacles here with this horse. Just, that really solid commitment to what it is you are being asked to start over with. And it's going to be productive. And I'm getting something about just because things don't happen quickly doesn't mean that you're not being productive. And that may be a new way of being for you that's kind of uncomfortable. And I was just drawn to another sentence on this card, and it says, joy is fluid. So there's something here with the breathing and the fluid. And we even have this like imagery here that's looks like fluid, right? So there's something about being more in flow this year and not to let any kind of setbacks or quote unquote failures, which of course we know there's no such thing as failure. Everything is just a lesson to be learned or an experience to be had. And I think there's a real emphasis on that here. So I think I'm going to pull a few tarot cards. So let me make a little bit of room here. I'm going to just do this with the cards. Yeah, it's like understanding the process of starting over. I mean, if you think about starting over from scratch, that can feel really daunting and almost like, do I want to do that? If you are thinking about starting over with something, but you're in this energy right now, like I was talking about how we're still in the energy of 2025 at this moment. If you're watching this video at the beginning of 2026, it's going to feel very differently very soon, so give it another, so the year of the horse starts around February 17th, I believe, and the spring equinox or the fall equinox, if you're in the southern hemisphere, starts in March, like the third week of March. So that is the time frame when things are going to take off, and it's going to feel a lot better by that time. So don't get too down, I guess, is what Spirit's saying about where you are at this moment. Don't feel pressured to start over and be successful right out of the gate. So, there's something about this particular month, maybe month and a half from the time this video is posting, where you're being asked to just continue to let go of anything that you still need to let go of that you worked through last year. So I'm feeling like you went through a huge transformation last year. And this is a period of integration. We don't just shed things and change, like in an energetic way especially, and then jump into something brand new. Our body needs time to settle. Our nervous system needs time to kind of recalibrate and be prepared. And this is something that Spirit's been bringing through for me a lot in the last few months, is preparing for these new energies that are coming in. And again, like, they haven't happened yet, but we're getting like plenty of notice and plenty of time to get ourselves ready. So on every level, like your physical vessel, mental, emotional, spiritual, like getting yourself into a really good place. And we're given the grace of this time period here after 2025 has ended, and before we get into this brand new energy where we can really take some time to take care of yourself and just get recalibrated and to this new way of being, this kind of starting over energy. And something else that was coming through there was, and I already lost it. Let me see if I can get it back. I don't know. So ending 2025 and just giving yourself time, having some practices in place, breathing, meditation can be really good as you're preparing, because things are going to change. You are starting over. You're starting a new cycle. Collectively, we're starting a new cycle. We're getting ready to enter a new 9-year cycle, and it is going to be very, very different. And Spirit is saying, it's time to let the pain from the past go and just remember that everything happens for you, not to you. And you're taking the lessons that you've learned through the painful experiences, and it's going to be different this time. So that's something else that's coming through. Like, this new thing that you're starting over with is going to be very, very different than the last time. I feel like it's something that's somehow similar to something that you did before. So it might be a project, it might be a job, it might be a business, it may be a routine, and it's something that you're starting over like from scratch is what I'm hearing. And this time is going to be different. Don't get yourself into a place where you are like ruminating on how it went in the past. Like, Spirit is saying, completely let that go, because you have done a lot of change. You have gone through a lot of change in the last year in order to prepare you to step back into this thing that you're starting over with a completely fresh slate. Like, your body has changed, your light body has expanded. So you are going to be able to bring in higher frequencies, higher vibration into what you're doing. So what you create this time is going to have a different result, because you are starting from a whole different place energetically. And that's what's really key. So this time, as you are being productive, and you're going to feel more productive, maybe that's something that you struggled with before, was maintaining productivity, but you have all this energy here of not just like speed and things moving, like actually moving forward with things, but this modest fortitude. You have the fortitude, you have the strength, you have the perseverance that's coming through with the horse, but you also have the busyness of the bee and the freshness of the rabbit. Something else I'm being drawn to right now is the acorn. So acorns are symbols of a new seed being planted, and the thing with acorns in particular is they grow something over a very long period of time. So they grow an oak tree, and oak trees grow for a long time until they reach their full height. And the thing is that oaks are very, very sturdy, right? Just like this horse here. It's something that is going to last a long time. So this new thing that you're starting over with is something that is going to last for a very long time. And it is going to be really successful and just totally different than the last time. So, wow, we've got the Empress. I love that. I mean, the Empress is all about fertility and growth. And again, with this, the hare here and the Empress, I mean, that's the perfect animal to represent the Empress and that experience of growth and success and just creativity I'm feeling. So maybe you are doing something that's very creative, but I think this is also representing your energy of where you're kind of like you've gone through like a glow up, and now you're kind of sitting in this Empress energy, and really tap into that this year, Spirit is saying, because that is going to help support you in believing in yourself. You know, the Empress, she's sitting on the throne, like really happy and satisfied with what she has created. And she's super like giving and nurturing and just feeling and enjoying the abundance that she has all around her. And I think those are pomegranates on her dress too, if I'm not mistaken. Again, because they're symbols of fertility. So there's so much growth and abundance coming in. This is another reason why I don't really prefer to shuffle on camera because I usually only take jumpers unless my intuition tells me otherwise. And sometimes it's not too fun watching someone shuffle for several minutes. So let's see what comes out here. Oh, wow. Now we have two major arcana. And I love the stars are on both of these. The stars on the canopy and his crown, and same with her crown. This is a lot of forward movement. The Chariot is all about going in a new direction. So again, it's like you're going to have the fortitude to move forward. And this is something that this time is going to be successful. You're going to be going in the direction that is going to take you right to your success. And you are guided and surrounded by so much support in the spirit world. For me, stars often represent spiritual helpers. So you've got these animal guides. I mean, 3 animals came out. And now we've got the stars here. So the Empress, the Chariot. I'm hearing one more shuffle here. Wow, and Strength. So 3 major arcana. And now we have another animal here, the lion. So lions represent, again, strength, courage, fortitude, confidence, but also patience. And, you know, this is lining up perfectly with modest fortitude. The Strength card definitely speaks to that. And, you know, just having the patience and the willingness and the drive to move forward, knowing that you are going to be successful this time around with whatever it is that you are starting over with. Let past failures go. Let the pain of that go. And I'm also getting a message here with this card that said solitude on it. To not isolate yourself when things are difficult. Because sometimes when things move slow, you know, I'm getting with the horse and again with the Strength card, it can make us feel like, oh gosh, it's happening again. Like this isn't working. I'm not going to be successful with this endeavor that I'm going for. And Spirit is saying slowness doesn't mean stagnancy. It doesn't mean that things aren't working and you need to like switch gears. I'm being drawn to the lemniscate here and going with the flow. Remember it said joy is fluid. It's like stay in the flow of what you're doing. You're going in the right direction with whatever this creative new thing is that you're doing, and to keep going. And that's coming through with the Chariot card is just having the willpower and the drive and the confidence to see this thing through, because it is going to be so, so different this time, Spirit is saying. So I think that is the message that I wanted to share with you here today. Thank you so much for being here. And as I said, I'm going to be doing card readings on Wednesdays for the collective. Just whoever needs to hear the message that day from that reading. I'm going to be changing up the readings, doing them different ways. I may have my face on camera. I may pull cards in different configurations and things. So thank you so much for being here. I would love to know your thoughts if this resonated with you. Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed already, I would really appreciate your subscription and any likes or comments. Thank you so much, and I will see you really soon. Bye.